Welcome to the House on the Hill Property Renovation Makeover Spain. Here's a glance of how the property was when I first purchased it. And be prepared, it gets worse before it gets better.
Now last week we were all in love with my table. My not so practical table. Because how do you put your plate on these studs? Last night I came up whilst eating a chicken dinner cooked by my cousin Craig and his husband Tim. Craig cooked it, Tim ate it. Now, we had the genius idea, well I had it, of wooden table mats. So instead of one piece of glass covering the whole table, which would spoil the natural look, wooden table mats, placemats, raised on legs to put over the studs. I mean, genius, just a genius idea. Legs may be made of cork. Slice a cork, stick them to pieces of wood, voila, clear them away when we've eaten. Now let me take you into the garage, the cochera, where this morning I found this hammock, and into the semi-tidy cochera, okay, the garage, which doesn't have a car in it. But I've been rummaging through the wood to find out what I can use to make the tablecloths. So here we go. I've got lots of bits, table mats I should say. I've got lots of bits of scrap wood that I can put to use. Hey, it's coming together. I love it when I get an idea. Okay, so I'm just planning to take this wood to a friend's just to get it cut. Then I'll sand it and varnish it. So I'm thinking I'll place these table mats on it and get it cut to the size of this. I am quite excited because I've got my first overnight guests arriving right now. They've just pulled up in the car. And here they are! Hello! Hello. Riquísimo. So, cauliflower with white chocolate croquettes in a place that's famous for croquettes. It's called, what's this restaurant called? Carmela.
Do this, let it all run. Mix it all up.
So we finished our meal. We ordered another round of drinks, and then we got one of these each came. A jacket potato with stuffing. Filling, I should say, not stuffing. Like, we've got no space left for it. So I've dragged Craig and Tim to the tile shop. This is what you do on holiday with me. You go tile shopping. So they're well impressed with that. They actually like it. I tell you, they do. They're happy.
It's a light down.
Yeah. Shine would be good, but shine's not a natural look, is it? It's the only thing.
Like something with a coating rather than
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that would be porous. So.
That's too porous. I did bring two others home last week, but they just weren't right. But these are like a matte surface because I want a rustic look. But the problem is with a matte surface, how easily will the oil rub off? This one's more shiny, but I do want more of a dark brown colour. That's cardboard above the hob for now. So, yeah, I'm thinking the dark brown. The shelf's going to get changed. I think I've mentioned that. Still got the peacock feathers. Haven't had any bad luck yet, but haven't had any good luck either, to be honest. I just found this horseshoe in the olive grove. Hopefully it's going to bring some good luck. Time to start sanding. Just this wall and then painting. You know, nothing better than working with the radio on, but I keep having to turn it off to record so that we don't get a copyright strike. Anyway, so this lime paint, I think I told you when I was last doing it, but I'd forgotten, so maybe you have. 1 bag to 1 gallon. How many litres in a gallon? I didn't have a clue. 3.75, so my phone tells me. How many litres in this bottle of water? 1.5, so I need 2.5 bottles of this. Correct me if my calculations are wrong, I'm sure my sister will. So a little reminder of the room now. Now I have had my cousin here, so they've been sleeping in this room half decorated. So they just needed to focus on the view instead of the room itself. I do have to thank one of you enormously. I have to say I can't remember who it was. I'd need to check back on names. But thanks for telling me that I need to wear rubber gloves when using lime. And I read up on it and apparently it can burn your skin. I had no idea. So as I did downstairs, that you may have seen on the last video, I'm mixing it with food whisk. Now I'm going to add the pigmentation, dark brown. Still got another litre of water to add, but I'm going to see how it is first with this first. Oops, need to take the thing off. Oh! Oops-a-daisy. That didn't go as planned. Oh, sugar, it's gone all over the bed. Hell's bells. Now I need to wipe my leg because some of it's gone on my leg. Oh, madre mia.
The lime wash is easy doing the centre, but then painting around the edges, you need to just do more straight lines and then blend them in afterwards. That was the technique that I used. It's a special wide brush that I'm using here. I've realised afterwards that I had the paint consistency a little bit too thick. I'm going to have to touch up this wall. So the first coat is just very, very patchy, and the second coat creates more of, or should create more of a cloudy look.
Now the bedroom is slowly coming on. I have painted it with the Limewash paint. I need more practice, I have to say. I'm loving it, but I definitely need to practice it more. That bit doesn't look too bad. I've got a little bit of a dark patch down there. This was the first wall I did that looks too patchy. I actually think the brush was too dry when I started. I need a wetter mixture like that one. So I need more anyway, so I'm going to get, I might put another coat on that wall in a more watery consistency with the paint. That wall's been done. This wall here, I don't know whether I'm going to lime wash that one or just put a mural on, or wallpaper or something. I don't know. So I've just been to the paint shop because I need to paint the ceiling in here. It's still white, and I considered painting it with Limewash paint, and I've read up on it and it's basically not worth it, and because it's so runny it would be a mess. It would be literally everywhere. So I am going to get normal paint, and the paint shop kindly let me bring all of the colours home with me. So I've chosen one. This one here, you probably really can't see the difference in them that much, but this one, it's the same shade as this, and it's just slightly darker. So it's going to be a very chocolate bedroom. And eventually I will have chocolate bedding when I have the time and money to spend on luxurious bedding. Now I'm really wanting a wooden headboard, and I want a bigger bed eventually. I'd love a nice big wooden bed and a headboard stretching right across the width of that wall. And I'm also going to, just look at that cabinet again, isn't it just wonderful? I'm also going to do the same brown lime wash in this corridor. That picture, it looks really vain, I know. I wouldn't really choose a picture of myself, but a friend painted it without me even knowing. She copied it off a Facebook picture, but it looks nice because it's quite rustic and old, the frame, so I liked it there. But yeah, I didn't order that, I promise. She painted it of me, and then it's outside my other house. And she said she was going to sell it at the antique market. And I was like, well, I've got to buy it, really, if it's me. And she's made me look much thinner than I actually am, so I'm happy about that.
Now, I did have an old table in the centre of this terrace. I've decided to remove the actual table frame and just put the top down as a central stepping stone and plant my herbs around the top of the table. so that I can go on to the small stepping stones, arrive at the big one, and be there to pick my herbs without getting my feet muddy. So what I've found is these two olive trees quite close together, which is ideal because this was the perfect spot where I wanted to put it, because it's right at the back of the olive grove, so you kind of feel that you're in the countryside. It's quite a long way from the house. Can't get the knots out though. Whilst I'm struggling to get into this hammock, I'll say thank you for watching, and I hope to bring you some videos on 2 different properties that friends of mine are renovating. See you soon.
Yay!